Hey guys, coming back with another video on Fabio Hart. What I want to talk about today is hiring employees. Just like an update video because I talked about this before. I told you guys that I use Craigslist and everything, and Craigslist is becoming not a good resource to hire employees. I will say that you can find some people, but for the most part, I don't use that anymore. Monster, Indeed, all of these like employment sites, employment forums is what I use now. Okay, I do still make posts for Craigslist, but I don't take it that serious when people call me, right? Because there's a known fact that the people that I've tried to hire off of Craigslist turned out to be bullshit. Okay, now I'm going to tell you who I hire and why, and how I pretty much structure everything. Okay, now for my bigger accounts, okay, well, let me backtrack. When I hire off of these different forums, off of these different sites, ladies and gentlemen, I hire women majority. Not just like to look at them, but I hire women just because I find that they're more detailed in their cleaning, right? I don't have to go behind them as much as I had in the past with males, right? Males, I had to point, you forgot this, you forgot that, you need to do this, you didn't do that, right? So, and I don't really have a lot of time to do that. So what I like to do is designate a male to go and check on the account. Like if it's not myself, they have a male to go check on and have them follow up and make sure that these accounts is being cleaned the way they're supposed to, be clean. And if they haven't, pointed out so that person can take care of it, right? Or if they don't know how to clean it or they don't know what to do or whatever, you can just show them yourself and then they'll know how to do it, right? Now that's a rare for me because most of the time when I show somebody how to do something, most of the time they know how to do it, right? They get it, they comprehend it. So I would say have maybe a male go out as your maybe field supervisor. Some people call it your whatever, right? They have the guy that goes and check on everything. That's what I would designate for like the males to do, right? They just go and check on everything. For the females, I like once again I like to have them clean because they pay attention to details and I really have to go behind them, right? They kind of take passion in the cleaning, take passion in doing a good job, right? So that's the way I do it in terms of hiring people. I know a lot of times people look at it as being one-sided just because I have all females that work for me throughout the course of all my accounts all over the place. But again, I find them to do very, very good work. Now, the caveat to that is for my big accounts, and I just did a video about that for accounts that's 10,000 plus that I have, is that sometimes it's hard when to put multiple females at one facility, let's say like a factory, right? So in this regard, you have a factory where the employees actually mix in with that factory's employees or the company employees, right? And I kind of hate that. I like when it's just my people because I found it to be real catty when women work together and they're working with the actual employees of the specific company, right? Give you an example. I have a company out in Sterling Heights. It's a factory, and they do like car parts and things like that, right? So we go in the evening and clean. They don't have a day cleaner, but we go in the evening and we clean the facility, the administration area, the cafeteria, the restrooms. That's pretty much it. We don't do anything on the actual factory floor. We just the administration, the trash, the kitchen area, if they have a kitchen area. Yeah, they have the kitchen area, the cafeteria, men restroom, female restroom, that part. So this particular site, I have a problem with females working together because you got the crew that's still cleaning, because even though we come in the evening and start cleaning, they still have people in there, you know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, right? People start shutting down around 10, 10:30ish, that type of thing. Well, hell, by the time they start doing that, it'll be about time for my people to go home because we are already there between, let's say, 6 and 10, right? We are already there. So anyway, when you have multiple females, a lot of times it can be catty because for different reasons. One, because females are real, what's the word? Sorry, I'm really trying to think of the word. Are real, I guess, selfish in a sense, right? It's got to be about them. You know, it's me. It's me. I you know, they want to be like the head. I don't know if I'm wording this right, guys, but hopefully you feel where I'm coming from. So with there being a lot of boys or men or whatever working at these particular sites, where I'm talking about the big sites now. I'm not talking about where you have one person working each night at, you know, the doctor's office, or one person working at the tax office or whatever. I'm talking about the bigger accounts, right? Where they have to mix and mingle with themselves and mix and mingle with employees of the actual contract. So again, I done had to move girls around because I done had facilities that like that factory where the girls, they can't work with each other, they banging heads, this person not doing this person is on the phone, this person is texting this person like this particular boy that works at the contract, and this girl like the same boy. So now you're not there for that. But, and I'm talking about grown women. I'm not talking about anybody that's just young females. I have them young and old, right, that work for me. So this is the type of problems that you'll run into. So instead of firing good workers, because a lot of times they'll be good workers, they show up, they don't call off, they do what's supposed to be done, but they just have an eye for this same little boy or male or whatever the case is, right? So I would take one, move one somewhere else, and bring someone else over and train them. And a lot of times it worked for so long until another problem might come about, however it come about, okay, and then you have to address it. You're always going to have that type of problem when you're dealing with these bigger accounts and you have multiple people working at these accounts. I'm not going to say it's every day, and women, I'm not going to say women just absolutely can't work with women, but sometimes it could be a competitive space. Okay, so you guys want to kind of keep that in mind. You might want to be a little different than me, where I hire all females to do the actual cleaning, then I hire the males to actually check on the accounts. You might want to mix the males and the females in, and which could still be a problem. So again, there's no way around that, because you can hire a male and he's working with the female, and right, they like each other, right, or anything. I don't like them to fraternize with one another on the job, but then I can't stop it, right? Because when I was working for someone, if I like them, talk to them, hey, let's hang out and see where it goes, right? If I like them, right? So no one could stop that. But then I was intelligent enough to not bring the personal stuff to work if I was digging somebody at work, right? So I couldn't stop it. I don't like it, but I can't stop it. But anyway, what can you do? So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, to kind of keep you guys, as you get into rolling in employees and growing your business, your commercial cleaning business. Same thing with your maid service or residential service. A lot of times that's a one-person operation, depending on how big the facility is. A lot of times I don't hear too many problems with you know, women cleaning the house and one is upstairs, one is downstairs, that type of thing. I don't hear a lot of that kind of going on with the maid side or the residential side of doing things. But it can be a lot catty. I can't say how it is with the fellas because I don't have them working for me. But that's just something you guys can kind of keep in mind, okay? So to backtrack on this particular video, I wanted to talk about how I hire the employees, right? I screen them, have them leave drug tests, background tests, how I put the ads out there. I use like the free magazines too, and I also use just the forums, the Monsters, the Indeed, it's a few more I can't think of right now. but I use those. Call them in for an interview, have them put them on an application, or if they submit a resume to me, take a look at the resume. You still put them on an application when you call them in. Let them fill out the application. Give them a short interview. Try to get to know them a little bit, get a feel for them. If you like them, hire them. If you don't hire them. And then when you hire them, you just train them thoroughly. Make sure you train them thoroughly. No shortcuts when you train them either. Train them thoroughly so they know exactly what to do. And then we also talked about placing them at bigger accounts where it takes multiple people to clean them, right? So I gave you a breakdown of how it is for me hiring straight women and then putting them in the same facility to work. It's not every day, but it can get a bit catty. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I'm Fabio Hart. The only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you.